Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. President Hajalu is sick, so I will be chairing the meeting today. I call this meeting to order at 9 a.m. And we will begin with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandinho Tataviam Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University Northridge, honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandinho Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. We'll now turn to the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you are able. Thank you. I will now turn to the Attorney General for roll call.
Senator Cannon-War, Senator Bobnagree, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Khan, Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Attorney General. We will now turn to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion? Senator Dunn? That motion is in order. Do we have a second? Senator Tybee, thank you. If there are no objections, we will approve the agenda unanimously. Are there any objections? Okay, the agenda is approved. We'll now turn to the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee?
I move to approve the minutes for October 23rd.
That motion is in order. Is there a second? Senator Scher, thank you. If there are no objections, we will approve the minutes unanimously. Are there any objections? Wonderful. Okay. We have no special presentation, so we will skip past that. Now we'll move to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Students Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Is anyone here for open forum? Okay, feel free to come on up to the podium. You can just press the button on the microphone. You can do it out. Yeah.
Testing. Good morning, Senators. My name is Trinano Antuku, and I am here because I'm appointed for the Lobby Corps. So I look forward to working with all of you.
Woohoo! Thank you so much. Welcome. Is anyone else here for open forum? Okay, welcome.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Miriam. I'm a third-year student majoring in criminology and justice studies, minoring in political science and philosophy. I'm here appointed as part of the Judicial Court Committee. I'm extremely excited to be here. So nice to meet everyone. And yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Ooh, congratulations. Is anyone else here for open forum? Perfect.
Morning, everyone. For those of you who do not know, once again, hello, my name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager. I'm here today just to give you all an update on some events that we have come up. Updates. So first off, our farmers market tomorrow is our annual Pumpkin Fest Farmers Market. So we'll be giving out pumpkins we'll basically start at 10 o'clock and we'll put them out at interval times because we know people have classes in the morning and some towards the afternoon. So feel free to come by, grab a free pumpkin. There'll be an opportunity for you all to also decorate the pumpkin while you're there. Well, it's a collaboration event with the University Student Union. We'll be doing some wax hand molds and things like that. So it's going to be a fun event. So I hope to see you all there at that event. It's tomorrow out by Matador Square from 10 to 3. On Thursday, we will be hosting our Dia de los Muertos celebration in the Plaza del Sol from 10 to 3 as well. We're going to have an altar along with a few other activities. You all are welcome to bring pictures of a loved one or animal or anything like that you all would like to put on the altar if any of you are interested. We just ask that it's a copy of a photo in case it's a windy day like today. We don't want pictures flying around and we're not able to find them or something like that. So we just ask that it's a copy of a photo of a loved one or an animal that you all would like to bring. And then finally, just jumping ahead, 2 weeks from now, November 16th, at 7 p.m. to 8:15, we will have our big lecture event with Danny Trejo. So just wanted to give you all one more reminder about that event coming up. Tickets are selling well. I know we've crossed over 500 tickets being sold for that event, and we are approaching selling out. So make sure if any of you are interested or any of your family is interested or friends, make sure you all get your tickets. They are free at the AS ticket office. And that's it for me.
Thank you so much. You all should definitely attend those events, put them in your calendar, and be there. Okay, is anyone else here for open forum? Wonderful. We'll now move on to reports, beginning with the president's report. Paige said, "Hi, Senate. Apologies for not being able to be here today. I woke up very sick, but hopefully I'll be back soon. I don't have a super lengthy report, but here are a couple of things. The Basic Needs Center has secured all of their funding, and now they're in the process of trying to pick a name that that encompasses the Valera family name. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Josie and I sit on the search committee for the chief of police, and that is going very well. I'm excited about the next steps for the candidates. On Friday, CSU Long Beach visited the USU and AS space. It was so fun to show them around the office and connect with fellow student leaders. They were all such amazing people, and hopefully there will be some future collaborations. Also, I want to thank Golden for being out there with Josie and I. This Saturday was CSUN's open house. It was really nice to see so many potential Matadors out there exploring all that CSUN has to offer. It was so cool to know that some students were visiting from out of town to learn more about CSUN. I want to thank Tiffany for being there and helping out. Reminder that our AS Monster Bash is tomorrow from 12 to 1:30 p.m. in the office. Feel free to dress up and show up your costume. You could win some awesome prizes. There will be some goodies and food, so definitely stop by. This is going to be awkward for Josie to read, but thank you, Josie, for being the most wonderful chair today. I know you are killing it because I am watching you. Thank you, IT. Wonderful. Hi, Paige. Just a reminder to please take care of yourselves. Please rest when needed and enjoy the week. I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much, President Hodgeloo. Woohoo! Are there any questions on the president's report? No? Okay. Next, we'll move on to my report, the vice president's report. Pretty much the same thing. We're both on the search committee for the chief of police, which is going really well. It's really interesting to be on the other side of it and hear the candidates. It's a really good experience, so I'm happy that I get to do it. Last week, the women's soccer game also went really well. I am so happy that I worked on that project this semester. It's really paid off, and it's been so nice getting to know athletics and see all the students at the games. The 4 students who win the gift cards are super thankful, so it's also amazing to see that. We have the Sarah Scholes Foundation event tonight in the Northridge Center at 6 p.m. I sent the flyer in the chat, so if you could please share that with your constituents, with your friends, I would really appreciate it. It's a really important event to talk about mental health. University Counseling Services will be there. The Hidden Opponent will be there, which is a student-run club on campus. So lots of good things. We'll also be doing a tradition of the rose at the end of the event. So that's really nice. Just please be there. But that's pretty much it from me. Are there any questions on my report? Okay, thank you. We will move on to the Chief of Staff's report.
Happy Monday, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I know it's extremely windy, so please take care of yourself. I know some people have been getting sick, not just this week, but also last week. So please cover up. I know it's super windy, and if you're planning on going out tomorrow, please take care of yourself. Last week, we had to unfortunately move everything on Zoom. So our cabinet meeting was on Zoom, also due to people getting sick. So once again, please take care of yourself. I will be attending there's a preparation meeting for a CSSA advisory committee that I will be joining this week after cabinet at 9:30. And following that, in the 2 weeks coming up on November 17th, I'd be joining the actual advisory council student advising taking place November 17th. So I'll be joining that as well and have more updates the following week after. And so here are some reports from our cabinet members, starting with our chair of elections. Our chair of elections mentions, of course, now that we're back in the office again, please reminding everyone that no elections talk or even related conversations will be taking place. Also, if there are any senators that may not be running for the next year's term and would like to help our chair of elections with anything, please reach out to her. She would definitely appreciate any person's help. So feel free to reach out to her regarding the elections. Our chair of legislative affairs has an awesome announcement that I shared in cabinet last week as well, but the application for the CSU student trustee is now open and is due January 29th. One student is appointed annually to serve a 2-year term on the 25-member CSU Board of Trustees. So if anyone is interested, please feel free to reach out to our chair of legislative affairs, Matul Kalera. She'll be able to explain how the position works and any type of processes for the interview as well as the application. So please reach out. It's a very prestigious position. So if you feel up for it, remember it's a 2-year term. So it's a very interesting one. So, and I thought I'd finish my report with an inspirational quote to continue on with the rest of the week. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is to always try one more time. And this is by Thomas Edison. So if anyone else has any questions, I will take them at this time. Other than that, have a great day.
Are there any questions on the Chief of Staff report? No? Okay, thank you, Chief of Staff Ryan. I want to reiterate that the CSSA trustee position or Board of Trustee position, excuse me, is a really exciting one. It's a good opportunity. So if you're interested, definitely look into it. Yeah, definitely look into it. Now we will move on to our Chair of Finance report.
Thank you, Josie. Today I only have the account balances to share. Starting off with STAR, we have $175,100. Unassigned contingency, $782,224. Clubs and orgs assigned $15,000. Philanthropy fund $15,000, and clubs and orgs travel $5,732. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the Chair of Finance's report? No? Okay, we'll move on to the Attorney General report.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the spooky season. This last week, I got to, along with Paige and Josie, meet people from associate students from Cal State Long Beach, and it was really good to be able to have conversations and just see what it's like over there, what kind of things they're doing, and potential things that we could bring here. And everyone was just the sweetest and very nice. Also, last week I had a meeting with the Enrollment Management Council, and it was really good to get some of the insight in what we're doing to boost enrollment and make sure that we're staying on our targets. And overall, things are looking generally positive, that we're going in the right direction in terms of enrollment. And then for all of the senators, one thing to keep in mind, if you haven't already been planning, is to really start getting going on your town halls. And so this could be a very formal town hall, or it can be something that's a lot more laid back. So you could have like a donuts with your senator, or some kind of event that boosts engagement with your constituents, and that gives everyone access to come talk to you in a fun way. So start thinking of that town hall. We want to get that done before the end of this semester. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney General. Are there any questions on his report? No? Okay, I also want to reiterate that, yes, please start planning your town halls. If you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out to me, Paige, Golda, and Denise. We are here to help you. I was a senator at one point, so I've planned some town halls and I would love to assist all of you. So let me know, reach out to me. Awesome. Now we will move on to our standing committee reports, starting with external affairs.
Good morning, everyone. A few updates from external. So last week's meeting, we temporarily at least elected Senator Bob Negri as our vice chair. Thank you, Senator Bob Negri. Be here. Okay. I don't know if he's here. Anyways, moving on to our legislative referrals. So we did table student employee wages to next week. And hopefully we will be seeing a resolution about that pretty soon. And then as for our unregulated parking referral, we did unregulated parking, that's Selza towards Nordoff. That's a street right behind us right there. We moved that to be tabled indefinitely due to concerns about students going to the SRC who is parking there currently as residents, and out of fear that that parking will just be pushed back into further neighborhoods. But we will consider looking into other ways to improve parking on campus, so that way it's less of a necessity to have parking on the streets. And yeah, that is all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Kaddish. Are there any questions on the external affairs report? Okay, we'll now move on to internal affairs.
Hello, everybody. So we currently have 4 referrals within internal affairs, and it is combining chair of personnel and chair of communications, interim cabinet positions, which we should hopefully be voting on tomorrow, diversity and inclusion committee attendance policy, and the AMC college advisory committee. Other than that, there's not much for me to report. Everything's been going very smoothly in internal affairs.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the internal affairs report? Okay, now we'll move on to university affairs.
All right, so for this week, or last week, we decided to table indefinitely World Fair for Diversity and Inclusion Week, because this will be something we'd work on more next semester. So hopefully we'll bring it back then. And then this week, we have a legislative referral or resolution for all of us to approve. Other than that, nothing else to report.
Awesome, thank you. Yes, we do have a motion out of committee, so we will move into that now. If you don't mind pulling up the resolution, yeah, please, thank you. But while we're pulling that up, just to start, is there any discussion on the motion out of committee? Senator Dunn, if you want to give a rundown on it.
Well, I'll say the main point of this resolution is a support resolution to push back the first block to 8:30. I know some people from admin came in here and spoke about this earlier. So it's to kind of just support and reiterate what they said. And then I put a couple facts in there as support.
Awesome, thank you. Is there any discussion, any comments or questions on this? Senator Kaddish?
First question, do we need to move to approve this before discussion?
No, it's already set in motion on the agenda, so after discussion, we'll go into a vote.
Can I just
What?
go on with discussion? Or?
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
can continue.
Okay, so I did plan to amend the resolution. But considering there were a few things that I want to amend, I thought it'd be better to talk about those first before moving to amend them. Because then it gets complicated, and then we can also add stuff or remove stuff. So I was planning to have the whereas statement switch to resolve, and then the first 5 statements of resolve switch to whereas. And then I also want to add at least the office of the provost and the deans of each college to the distribution list. Although it might be better to have the associate deans move there. I'm not sure which group deals with class schedules.
Okay, I see. Do you want to make a motion to make the amendment?
I mean, if that amendment works for everyone, I'm not sure if I'm missing anything either.
We'll do separate motions for the amendments. Senator Kaddish?
All right, I move to amend the resolution to switch whereas statement 3 to the resolve section.
That motion, or excuse me, amendment is in order. Is there a second? Senator Dunn? Is there any discussion on the amendment? Senator Tybee?
Can we just clarify really quickly, like what the change or why rather?
Yes, I believe, for whereas number 3, Senator Kaddish would like to change it to resolved. Because it flows with the resolution better. Does that make sense? Or maybe Senator Kaddish can speak to the amendment more.
So basically in resolutions, what tends to be the case is that resolved is used to state, the purpose or what AS would like. So if AS wants to recommend something, support something, ask for something, states to do something, declare something, that usually goes into the resolve section. So whereas AS supports the first block class start time, that's AS supporting something. So generally that goes into resolved. And then to comment on the resolves being moved up to whereas section is used to state what is currently happening, opinions on campus, and so forth.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on the amendment? Okay, now we'll go into a vote. All those in favor of approving the amendment, please raise your hand. All those opposed? And all those abstaining? Okay, the motion, or excuse me, amendment passes. Is there any other discussion on the motion out of committee? No other Senator Kaddish?
I move to amend the amended resolution to switch the first 5 statements of the resolve section to the whereas section.
Okay, that motion is, excuse me, amendment is in order. Is there a second? Senator Tran, thank you. Is there any discussion on the amendment? No? Okay, now we'll move into a vote. All those in favor of approving the amendment, please raise your hand. Please raise them high so I can see them. Thank you so much. All those opposed? And all those abstaining? Okay, the amendment passes. Is there any other discussion on the motion out of committee? Senator Kaddish.
I move to amend the second time amended resolution to add the office of the provost and the deans of each college to the distribution list.
Thank you. That amendment is in order. Is there a second? Senator Saravia. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Wonderful. Now we'll move into a vote. All those in favor of approving the amendment, please raise your hand. Thank you. The amendment passes unanimously. Is there any other discussion on the motion out of committee? Okay, we'll now go into a vote for the amended motion out of committee. All those in favor of approving the motion out of committee as amended, please raise your hand. Thank you. The amended motion out of committee passes unanimously. Thank you for that. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, now we will move into the AS Executive Director's Report with Patrick Bailey. He said, "Good morning. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Tickets for BIC lecture are moving quickly. If you are interested in attending, please pick up your tickets at the AS ticket office. AS Monster Bash is tomorrow, so come join in the festivities, check out the decorated doors, and then head out to Pumpkin Fest. Get there early to get your choice of pumpkins." Interviews are starting for 3 positions: Assistant Director of the Children's Center, Office Coordinator for the Children's Center, and for the Accounting Generalist. Our annual audit was submitted to the Chancellor's Office, and we will be addressing the Management Committee on timeliness with the campus. Enjoy Halloween and the Day of the Dead celebrations. Looking forward to seeing you all next Monday. Patrick. Woohoo. Are there any questions on the Executive Director's report? No? Okay. Very efficient today, everyone. We'll now move into the University Advisors Report with Aisha Butler.
Good morning. Let's see, we have our leadership series workshop starting the week of November 9th. I think next week. Yeah, sorry. Next week. So it's going to extend our training and development around emotional intelligent leadership. So I'm going to be talking about like authentic leadership, achievement, and can't remember the third one, but it's just 3 sessions. And so any student organization that did not attend the leadership conference, they'll need to send any student from the club, does not have to be the president or treasurer, any student, they'll need to attend at least 2 of the 3 workshops. And it doesn't have to be the same person attending the same workshop. It can be different people, long as the club has attendance at least 2 of the workshops. So that's that. And we're just winding down the semester, preparing for spring.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Are there any questions on the University Advisors Report? No? Okay. Now we'll move into our Faculty Advisors Report with Dr. Ward.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be back. As I mentioned last week, after 3 years, COVID finally caught me. And so I had my isolation days and all of those wonderful experiences, and being able to go back to the old days of shifting class to online. So it is difficult to remember that 80% of our university classes are now supposedly done in person. And the importance of your voices and faces there I don't want to but reiterate to you how important that is for faculty to see you and be there as well. We are not an online university per se, and yet we do know that for many students that is the preference. So I applaud you for those of you who take that effort to be there. And remember that even in our general news, we're hearing more and more about the air quality of the rooms in which we are, and how important it is. Even here, some days when I come in, the door is open. And I used to think, oh, why is the door open? But now that quality and cleanliness of fresh air can be really important. So I do know that throughout the days when you all are going to meetings and classes, that you may be in rooms where there isn't a lot of air circulation and fresh air. So I'm just reminding you, as with faculty, to be careful in those classroom environments, what you touch, how you interact with one another. Again, but it is important to remember to have that care, and the quality of being together is something that's very different than other types of university environments. And we're glad to have you here. A lot of general information, of course, out there, presence and importance of university students being involved in community events, making CSUN visible there, whether it's things like breast cancer awareness, Dia de los Muertos, various kinds of celebrations that we're having around Halloween and those kinds of things. And also, I think being a good role model in the community for our young folks. So again, I think that's a really important role. And as Asia mentioned, carrying over those leadership, visibility for all of us out there as members of the CSUN community. Next, I wanted to mention that the California Faculty Association is the union that represents our university faculty members who have joined. It is not mandatory that all faculty members join the California Faculty Association, but for those members who are there, it is important for you all as students to be aware that they have moved toward authorization of a potential strike. And again, I think I've only been here once when there was any actual faculty activity around that issue. But I do want to remind students that many of our faculty are union members. So again, having those discussions, concerns about what that means now, what it might mean in the future, is really an important thing. And then finally, as we move toward advising time, I do want to remember for you all to have those conversations with your faculty members. Some of them are formally advisors, and some of them are informal advisors. But again, having those conversations about upcoming classes, those kinds of things, and making logical sense of the ways in which you evolve your academic lives. So again, you're the student leaders. You've gone through this process, looking back to your constituents and newer students who are coming along and really giving them good advice about courses that are going to make them really prepared for internships and their careers down the road. And of course, all faculty are here to help you with that. And then finally, I just wanted to remind that CSUN is a place. It's not just a space. And so that time we spend with you in class, as well as in the various activities that you all have constructed and undertaken on campus, really huge important about making Cal State Northridge a great place to learn and to be and to grow. So again, it's nice to be back, and I want to thank you. And as has been said, please take care of yourselves as we move into this really intense part of the semester. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward. Are there any questions on our faculty advisors report? No? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I always love hearing your reports. We will now move into new business. Do we have a motion? Senator Tybee?
I move to approve line item A.
Thank you. That motion is in order. Do we have a second? Senator Akanenwar. Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? Chair of Finance Tran?
Awesome. So I could provide some context for line item A. A few weeks ago, maybe like a month and a half ago, we approved like a draft of the Cohen-Resnick audit, just a draft as it currently stood. The campus has now completed the audit, and so the final audit is here today as part of our new business item, and we'll be hopefully approving it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Is there any other discussion on the motion? I do want to add that this is in the agenda attached. It starts on page 14, and it's pretty long, so I would recommend going through it just to understand what you're approving. But if there's no other discussion on the motion, then we'll go into a vote. All those in favor of approving line item A, please raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you. We will move on to line item B. Is there a motion? Senator Saravia?
I move to approve line item B.
Thank you. That motion is in order. Do we have a second? Senator Talita Carranza, thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? No? Okay, well, I'll add some discussion. I just want to say welcome to everyone being approved for the appointments. We're so happy to have you in Associated Students, and we hope that you take as much of it as we did and enjoy it just as much as we do. Welcome and happy to have you here. Now we will move into a vote if there's no other discussion. Okay, all those in favor of approving the appointments, please raise your hand. Okay, the motion is approved unanimously. Thank you. We do not have any information items, no discussion items, and no legislative referrals. Super efficient meeting today, clearly. We'll now move into announcements. Are there any announcements from the board? Yes.
Apologies, I forgot. So we are doing a Dia de los Muertos celebration this Thursday from 12 to 3 p.m. in the Matter Involvement Center. So we will have sugar skull decorating, marigold flower making, tamales, hot chocolate, and pan dulce. So stop by.
Excellent. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Is there any other discussion from the, oh, yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
everything's coming back to me. We are also, we're starting a series where we spotlight different student leaders. So for like Latinx Heritage Month, we did student leader spotlights. So for Indigenous Heritage Month, we're also looking for Indigenous students to spotlight. So if you know of any students you want to recommend, we'll be sending out emails on that as well. And that's it, I promise.
Thank you so much for all of the information. Are there any other announcements from the board? Senator Toledo Carranza?
Just to announce for El Dia de los Muertos on November 3rd, Salsa Libre will be performing, and part of it won't be performing, but it will be really nice of you guys if you guys can just support. They'll be performing at 7:30 at the Chicano House.
Thank you so much. Any other announcements from the board? Okay, well, I'll add a little announcement just on my part, or a comment, I guess I should say. I just want to remind everyone that we are student representatives, and our time spent here is supposed to be representing students. Your stipends are funded by student dollars, so just please make sure that you're showing up for things, doing as much as you can. Attendance for the soccer games recently struggled a little bit. Attendance for the Long Beach event really struggled. So I just want to remind you why you're here and really make sure that you are taking as much of it as you can. When Johnny was president, he said it. When Cheyenne was president, he said it. And Paige and I will say it as well. Just be here, be present, because your term is only 1 year. So thank you. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. Are there any other announcements from the board? Okay, then I will turn to the Attorney General for final roll call.
Senator Canonwar. Senator Bovnagry. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish. Senator Iman Khan. Senator Owais Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Radionov. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee. Senator Toledo Carranza. Senator Tran.
Thank you so much, Attorney General. I will adjourn this meeting at 9:41 a.m. Thanks so much, everyone.